All right, so today, guys, we are gonna work on a couple of things. In sales, managing your pipeline is a massive, massive thing. It's gonna pretty much determine whether you'll be successful or not. You can have the best talent there is, or um, you can be the sharpest guy, the funniest guy, but if you don't have a way of tracking what you're doing, organizing what you have, you can lose to someone who's not as good as you but is super organized. Timing is everything in sales, right? In consulting and in sales. A mediocre salesperson that is organized, that is on top of what they're doing, that keeps track of everything, that measures what they do, will always, always outperform an exceptional salesperson, but that is disorganized. So we're here to remedy that. So I wanted to walk you guys through a process of setting up a CRM system, a customer relationship management tool, because especially for those of you that do not work for large companies, you're going to be dealing with a budget issue. So you can't necessarily afford some of the more robust CRM tools just because maybe you're operating on an independent way or you're working for a small business company. And I wanted to kind of offer you a guide of what to look for at the very least, how you can start going on about it and not miss out on as much as opportunity as you might be missing out right now if you're not keeping track of everything. As good as a memory you have, we just can't retain everything, right? I have a great memory, but even I can't keep track of everything. So this is a guide, right? We're gonna go over a couple of things. We're gonna go over why. So the reason why we want to manage our pipeline in consulting and in sales is because timing is everything, right? As we were talking about, it's a better alignment with our clients, leading to more conversions, coming in at the right time, remembering what they mentioned, remembering their preferences for a certain time of day that they prefer to be called, etc. Getting past gatekeepers. Gatekeepers are pretty well trained in sensing a sales rep and pushing these people away, keeping you from talking to the key decision makers, key individuals of influence. And so when you go in prepared, you have a reason you're calling, you have a last conversation you had, you have a specific name. Hey, I'm looking for so and so because I last 3 months ago we spoke about this and this. Mary, do you know if they're in by any chance? There's a higher chance you're going to get through that gatekeeper if you approach it that way, right? But keeping track of it, leveraging that information requires pipeline management, a CRM system. Um, Especially now that sales cycles on a lot of the solutions, they are more complex sales cycles, things that require teams to implement on, things that require multiple decision makers, um, certain inspections, etc. So they can create a longer sales cycle, right? How do you keep track of that, and how do you make sure you don't miss on any cues and important milestones in order to keep advancing that deal? Because if you don't follow through, you risk losing all that progress you've made. You could be on the last bit of it and then you miss an important meeting. The client has no support, nobody to let them do the final procedure of adopting your solution, and boom, all that time wasted, all that money. um Understanding, the other reason is understanding their decision makers and their decision making process. We kind of covered about this. There's a lot of times multiple players. Yes, in a lot of B2 business to consumer, I know we're also dealing with an audience that has that participates in the business to consumer one-on-one. You're selling a house, you're selling a car. um, there might be just one decision maker, but sometimes the decision making process is not as simple as we think. Sometimes it has to do with budgeting, It has to do with regulations. It has to do with legal reasons. They have to send it to different departments. They have to talk to several family members. They have to talk to their accountant. And so it is to further the understanding of that client, right? Of their decision makers and decision making process. The other reason is we got to track what we're doing. There's so much. Let's say you might be starting your business small. You're working with 5 people, but hey, knowing you, you're probably growing fast. Now you have 150 people to keep track of. So guess what? Now you start, if you're not organized, now you're just reacting to everything. You're not in control of your day. You're just going from fire drill to fire drill. That's not a way to live, right? Oh, I'm having an issue with this system. Boom. Oh, you forgot to call me about this. Boom. Hey, I'm still waiting on that proposal. But you feel busy, but nothing is really happening and nothing of value because you're just not in control of your day. The way we stay in control of our day, of our business, is by tracking, right? And by doing everything properly and efficiently, we are retaining people. We are prospecting better for new opportunities. We're connecting with more people through referrals and more, right? These are just some of the points I wanted to kind of cover on the stream here. I might have missed some more things. Next, we will be covering the how in this stream also. So the how is actually setting it up. So this is the meat and bones of everything that we're doing, right? And let's jump right into it. We could use Excel, which still does a great job. But Excel by itself is maybe not enough. You need to work it in conjunction with a calendar, either your phone, your Google Calendar at the office, Outlook calendar, because we need reminders. I have 2-3 systems reminding me because I know that sometimes I miss out on opening my, well, I work right now with a different software, but if I was on an independent, I know I would be forgetting sometimes to open my Excel in the beginning of the day and remembering the activities that I had planned or that are due that day. Good old pen and paper, still good. But again, pen and paper by itself is not enough. It is worked as an enhancement. I like it, for example, hey, I open my Excel, I look at my calendar. Hey, these are the meetings I'm having today. Perfect. Let me prepare for these meetings. Oh, here's my preparation notes, which we're going to go over on the Excel and HubSpot CRM system that we will be discussing. And of course, I kept budget in mind, budget friendly. This is very budget friendly, guys. And then I would also write some bullet points I want to cover on the meeting, a conversation guide, something to keep me on track during the meeting. Pen and paper can be a great enhancer. And then you take that after that, those notes you've taken after the meeting, and then you migrate them accordingly back to everything else. So without further ado, let us start going to the process. Let me check on the stream sound quality here. Sound quality here. Sound quality. Okay, so we start with the simple Excel, right? Couple of things that I'm basically wanting to know. So I want to know name, right? If you're business to business, well, even then, right? Company. Sometimes if you're dealing with individuals, you don't necessarily need to fill with this. But if you're dealing with a business owner, let's say Amazon Prime company, and you're dealing with Maria. What is Maria's title? Title, owner, title, right? She is the CEO. Everybody wants to be the CEO. All right, and I like to freeze the top pane, top row. Yep, yep. So that way, if I go down, I'm looking at clients, I can still see uh, number, whatever it can be. If you invoice clients, if you can pull them up by invoice number, or whatever the case may be. What else can we put here, guys? Right? I like status. Is this a new prospect? Is this a proposal presented or pitched? You can say pitched, right? Pending final decision, whatever you may call it. Follow-up needed. Not interested. The reason I'm doing that, guys, is when we go here and we go data and we go filter, I can go, okay, let me pull up clients that are new prospects for today, right? Not interested. Acquired client, in risk of leaving to competitor. So I'm giving you guys these different statuses. Whatever you guys want to put it in, different industry you each are working in, they're going to have different cycles. Some of them longer, some of them more simple. I'm just giving you guys some ideas here. So on and so forth, right? And we can put in date of last activity is of last activity, right? And we can say I last spoke to her on 10/6/2026. Okay. Date of next activity. This is future task, right? And I can put in 10/21/2026. All right. Little clue to you guys. I don't know when you're gonna watch this, if you're gonna watch this, but this is 2026 October. What else can we put here, guys? Okay. Now I like to put in notes. Notes could be anything that I'm connected with Maria during franchise expo. Maria expressed interest with warehousing solutions. Focused on reducing shipping costs. Okay, costs. And again, we're not going to put too much here. I do want to, and if you want to use only Excel, I would say add additional notes. Okay. Next activity suggestion, next activity details, right? You can add something like this and go present solution A and C, confirm if B is relevant, prepare the quotation sheet, right? So they can decide. Decision would need to be ran by John and Smith. The three decide on everything together. Because you could be working only with Maria and then you can get blindsided by other key players. So it's important. So you can put in notes, right? Additional notes, and then next activity details. You can tie it in just so you can kind of keep them separate. What else, guys? What am I missing? We have the company, we have the status, last date of last activity, date of next activity, notes. So this right here, something so simple, right? But can get you really up and running. And we can start even putting color coded. So, okay, Maria is a solid lead. I can put her in as, well, let's create a new prospect. I'm just doing pitched, right? So Maria can be in higher status, pitched, and I can go, okay, Maria's a green. I need to hop on this pretty soon. So you log in at the beginning of the day. Let me look up my tasks for the day. And I want to go, okay, right? I want to go, so let's create just John, CTO, Microsoft is 10/7, just so you guys can see a little bit better on the organizing here. Okay, date of next activity. Oh, I am tripping today. It is 2025. Okay, so this is just so you guys can see. Let's say John is lukewarm. We don't know, needs follow up. We're still kind of working on things. No, I mean new prospect. We don't know for sure, right? So I can come in, and I want to say, let me focus my first call block on new prospects in the beginning of the day. I like to work with my prioritization is key. I like to work with my highest value tasks first, and this is if nothing's scheduled, right? If everything is open, okay, I have a nice call block right now. I'll start with my greens. Let me follow up on the proposals I have out there. Proposal pending, right? Proposal pending, yeah, final decision. Boom. Let me call in. Maybe I'll have 3 or 4 clients. Okay. We followed up. Couple of them, I'm gonna start marking them dead. Sorry, I can't close everything. Not interested. Boom. Or you just change it right here. Sorry, not interested now. Maria, I am so sorry to see you go. It's a very strong red. We can make it something warmer, and then we update the statuses accordingly, right? This, very simple, right? And again, we were talking about pen and paper. Before the meeting, before I give Maria a call, I'll go ahead, I'll start highlighting a couple of things on my piece of paper that I want to discuss, or keep a tab open. I honestly, when I call clients, I always open a new Word, and I put a little conversation template that I have. Hey, purpose of the product, clarification needed on agenda clarification. I'm just giving you guys an example, right? Agenda clarification, scope of the project, whatever the case may be. And what I'm doing is I'm taking that from here, and I can start putting it into the whatever conversation template you create, and then you can print a couple of those out, or you can write on a piece of paper, and then you go into that meeting prepared. And guess what? If I just kind of freestyle things, hey Maria, this is just Edgar from so-and-so company, Rippicular company. Just wanted to check in and say hi. You know what? Have you had a chance, to look over our company? And you just start freestyling with nothing specific. Chances are you're hurting your chances of converting that client over. But if I go, hey, Maria, Edgar from Rippicular here. By the way, really, really great catching up with you from Franchise Expo. Did you get a lot out of that expo, that meeting? Did you guys find what you were looking for? Oh no. What was the gap? Oh, you still haven't found so. Oh, you're engaging people about this. Perfect. Well, actually, that's one of the reasons I'm following up with you. I mentioned, you had mentioned during the thing, because I go to these expos with a notepad. You had mentioned that during the expo that you guys were still were interested in finding some warehousing solutions, mainly focus on streamlining it, cutting costs. Is that still a gap you need to fill? Perfect. And guess what Maria's thinking? Whoa, I feel special. This guy remembered me. This guy's prepared. I am talking to a professional, right? And and then I can go into more specific, right? Hey, Marie, a couple of suggestions here, and let me know if I'm on track. And feel free to add something to our game plan here, to our agenda for the homework that I'm going to do for you guys, the research, putting things together, package together for our next meeting, because I want to make sure John and Smith are on board. I want to be respectful to all of the decision makers. It is my full commitment to make sure that we find something that would truly be beneficial to Amazon Prime. I wish, right? I wish I was selling to Amazon Prime. And I'm thinking of a couple of solutions. Is there anything else you would like to add to the agenda? So, guys, what I'm doing here is I'm giving you an example of how having an organized CRM system, pipeline management actually, can just boost whatever you're doing. And remember, in the beginning of this, we were talking about how an average salesperson that utilizes tools like these can just outperform a talented person. Yeah, I can throw all jokes I can at Maria. Of course, it's going to get through some doors. It has its effectiveness, but it just doesn't beat a pinpoint accuracy or a formulated, a structured approach, a professional, consultative approach, and making sure like you don't miss out on John and Smith. That could have easily killed the deal. Charisma and humor will only get you so far too. They're great enhancers, don't get me wrong, but as long as you're doing the underlying things right, those are the special sauces that can really boost you. But without, and maybe it's because I'm hungry, but without the underlying meal, the sauces are nothing. I see what I did there. Okay. Okay. So going back to all the statuses right here, and you'll have a long client list. Okay. Now, we take this, and I've been tinkering with to find you guys the best solutions, I think, that I can recommend. I am not affiliated, for legal reasons. Let's mention that I am not affiliated with HubSpot, but while looking for different tools, this is the one that I like a lot. I'm still tinkering it a lot with more details, just trying to get more out of the tools, just because the AI stuff here is crazy. But put it on the free plan. Can you consider this, I guess, a product review? Maybe. But let's talk about how this can take what you're doing on that Excel to a whole different level. Now, they have signed up for an account here. This is the free plan, and then different features. And I'm kind of gonna walk you guys through how I would use it, right? And we take what we're doing manually and start automating some of that process. So the CRM function, we just go right here to the CRM function, and we go to the context. Guess what? I created a little fun randomized sheet with random names. Well, these are random numbers generated by I had GPT. Hey, give me a list of clients with company with these fields, and I just got a random list. just to show you guys something a little bit more realistic, right? But of course, we can always create an individual contact right here. We were creating Maria, right? Wow, hilarious, guys. I forgot the most basic information. Is a contact. And then email. Yeah. I'll blame it on it being late over here. You put an email, contact, and then you just can go ahead and create clients, right? You can customize this with the fields over here. You can export this to an Excel sheet and tinker it with it. But what I did is I generated a randomized one, and then you can import it. And when you import it, you just have to make sure this, what I'm doing with over here on what I was doing before on my own, I can transition it to a different file on the format that HubSpot would accept, and I can just import everything. And now we can start getting some really cool stuff. So you can start. So this is to manage your contacts, right? And this is where I strongly recommend to take it beyond Excel, because this is where you can start taking it to a whole different level. You could be one man doing all of this, for example, like a real estate agent, but with such an efficiency that people will feel like you're a whole department, that you have a whole division behind you. It's a 3-4 man team, 1-man army, right? So right here, you click on the overview, you get a temperature check of Maria's account, contact profile, right? Let's say for now we're just creating activities. I created a demo activity here, task assigned. I created a task for myself, and this is where you can update the life cycle. I created different stages: lead, marketing qualified lead if I'm advertising online, sales qualified lead, right? I get marketing systems, marketing ads, the qualified leads, and people are coming to me. For example, they fill the form. Now they get on with me. I get on that phone with them, and I start qualifying myself. Oh, okay, you are a good potential fit for what I do. Hey, you know what? Yeah, sorry, you're maybe outside of the budget range, the timing range. Our products just don't fit you, Mr. Customer, whatever the case may be, right? And you can start moving them to these stages. I was just creating something here, different random stages. And by the way, I created these stages within HubSpot, and you can create your own. So you can update the life cycle stage for this client. And we can start creating activities. Hey, I have an activity created here. I want to put a reminder, right? We can put a reminder in the future. I can put it right here, and I can remind myself 30 minutes before. We can put type, to do, priority, high, queue, right? We can start playing with it, and then you can start putting notes to this activity. Follow up on presented proposal with Maria, John, Smith, and Pocahontas. See what I did there? Sorry. I get a slide. I'm a dad. I get to make dad jokes, okay? I can make dad jokes. John Smith. All right. And we can save. Right? You just set up a task. But also we can, and this is where it's so important, guys. You have to, even if it's a past activity, I finished that pitch, it was a great call, let me log what I did before. Because as we were talking about, hey, I need to know for my conversation piece, which a conversation enhancer, shameless plug, Rippicular.com. Check us out. This is what we do, guys. Yes, we have full-on courses, but also check out our guide and blog spot. We are consistently posting things of value to you guys. And right now, 2 of the things I would highly recommend we've made accessible for you guys is our consultative questions playbook and some of the common mistakes to avoid along with solutions, right? At the very least, I think it's worth a read. We put a lot of love behind this with you guys in mind so that you can get the most efficiency out of it, because we're talking about utilizing a system, but I want to give you a little bit more tools so that, okay, now that we're organized, let's make it the most out of that client engagement so we can move them to what stage? Closed won stage, right? Which is the magical star. Bang, 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 ding, 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 right? I'm digressing. Okay, we go back to task. Let's set up another activity here, right? And task, we could go to activity. You know what? It's been a while. It is a while back, but let's see. Down, this was a task. What was activity? Oh, guess what? Really cool stuff. They have an AI system that is amazing. How do I log a client activity on a customer profile? Oh, yeah. So, okay. This is just the overview of activities. See that? Pretty cool, right? I don't just make recommendations lightly. I would never recommend anything to you guys. Oh. I would never recommend anything to you guys that I would not use. Okay? Authenticity is Rippicular's way of doing things. Okay, so that note that I had just created, remember guys, right here. Boom. We copy that. Create note. Okay, good. Just so I can kind of keep track. Information is power. On that industry research video that we discussed, we drive a lot deeper into being prepared for a meeting, right? How to prepare for a meeting. Highly recommend you guys check that out, because everything else, there are different pieces of the puzzle, and when you put it together, it is when you start seeing that difference. Everybody thinks the sale is that one magical moment. Boom, I said the catchiest thing, submit. No, I think of it as accumulation of minor wins. Now, if there was 20 things, you don't have to get all 20 right, but as long as you get more than 75% right, you're probably going to get that close. It doesn't need to be perfect, guys. You just need to have a system, follow it through. Oh, what is this system? Guess what? Rippicular got you. Check us out, rippicular.com. R-I-P-P-I. It's a late night. CULAR.com. Okay, the other activity I can do, maybe I sent them an email. I'll create an email. Maybe I had a phone call, and I will log that call. Very important, because I can look into clients. For example, the home buying cycle is very long, right? I can look into clients that were not ready a year ago, and I can filter it. Let me bring up clients from a year ago. I can't remember everybody that I spoke with, but guess what? I can be like, Maria, how are you? It's been a while. Edgar here with Rippicular.com. I remember last time we talked, you were not quite ready, but you had a little one that was about to go to school. With now your kid about to graduate and going to middle school, and with a promotion I think you were hoping to get, I wanted to touch base. Did you end up getting that? How's school? Are you changing school districts? How's that house you were planning to buy, how's that going now? If I'm calling you like this, I mean, wouldn't that be something, guys? Wouldn't that be better, right? And if Maria is now in the market, wouldn't it be a higher probability that now she would work with me? Because I care. I listened to her. I kept track of everything. That is a form of respect, and we like respectful people, right? Meetings that we had with different people, guys, this is where we log it all. intelligence, etc. So everything we do, all this, of course, there's some features that are behind their um, paid plan. And we just go back, right? Everything we did for Maria Brown would be right here. Activity, etc. Right? And then we would get Maria's overview right here. I didn't save some stuff, but when you click on Maria, oh, cool. This is like the dashboard, right? If you work with companies, we're working with a couple of companies here. The reason is you could have multiple contacts within one company. And if I go Amazon Prime, I have several people under Amazon Prime. I'm working with Sarah, Laura, Olivia. I see what you're doing, AI. Mostly female names. It's because you know I'm a guy. Smart guy. Smart. Laura, Maria, Laura, etc. And so that's the company feature, right? Within HubSpot, you can also go into the deals. You know what? Maria has moved to the deals status. And I'll, for example, I'll create a mobility solutions, Edgar's mobility solutions. I created a deal here. This is like an active contract. You guys can play around. What kind of deal type is it? New business, existing business. This is actually like, wait, you're starting to get into the proposal, the contract, the negotiation. What is the amount that I'm trying to do? $20,000. What is the suspected close date? So this stuff is beyond customer record. It's a lot more detailed, and there's a separate tab for it. Tickets is for servicing. So I'm telling you, this thing is, I'm loving it. Maria has a complaint. Let's log that complaint and track its status. We started new. Maria, guess what? I'm on it, right? But guys, how does it feel when, and it's happened to all of us, you call customer service and, we're going to look into that. I'm going to escalate the case. And now I wait 2-3 weeks. I get no response. And now I have to call them. Hey, what happened to my issue? That's already pissing you off. Yeah, it's already pissing me off. I hate when that happens. And nothing kills a brand like slipping up on service, right? You guys will agree. And unfortunately, we tend to go and review businesses more so on negative experiences rather than positive. Positive, I just tell my friends, oh my gosh, yes. And I might go and put a positive review, but I am more focused on writing a negative review if I experience one, because I'm trying to make sure other people don't fall for the same thing, right? So yeah, this is a servicing part of things. You guys created tickets. Same thing. You manage your tickets. You close them out once it's resolved. If you can't, unfortunately, at the very least, you can try to make amends with the clients, or a sincere apology goes a long way. Hey, I'm sorry, but your request was beyond our scope. As of right now, where our firm is at, we don't have the capacity to fulfill this, but we do thank you for your time invested with us. As we grow, we will stay in touch with you. That leaves room for potential future business. But not to spend too much time on that. If you're a small business that is using HubSpot, I mean, the AI stuff is cool. Really, really cool. Watch this. You guys can create automated emails. What email type is it, right? Email type, automated, blog, regular, boom. So you can have different campaigns going. And your good friend AI right here within HubSpot will guide you on how to use that too. But let's just show you guys regular automated, right? Automated, boom. And they'll have you create, of course, this one I need to buy this one, but let me show you the free version of this. Okay. You can create an email, regular email, and you can choose many different templates. Let's say I sell Snickers. Choose template. Hi guys, you can, I can go right here. I can change this picture. I can add a picture file, especially if you did the photography yourself from your own sneakers. You can add it right here. You can detail all this text, welcome 20, whatever the code may be. You tie this to your e-commerce website, fully customized. You can preview and test, review and send, and you can choose. Guess what? All your contact list is already here, guys. Remember when I said you can start feeling like a one-man army? This is how you do it. How much work would that be to do everything manually, guys, right? Pen and paper. Okay, boom. Let me do the servicing. Oh, I forgot to send emails. Now here you are, away from your kids, away from your family, working super late, missing out on their little important things that makes life fun, worth living. All because now you're a slave to your business. And this is how we start getting ahead of these things, is we have to innovate. We have to be efficient. And again, would love if you guys do end up choose to work with Rippicular. I would work in depth with you guys to set all this up for you, especially if you have a client base or, you know, we do offer individualized support too. Would be more than happy to help you get to the next level. Evolve. Okay, so your drafts scheduled, sent, archived, and this is where you can really start cooking with gas. It can give you lead scoring, especially if you're tying it to an online marketing campaign, search engine optimization, you're getting Google leads. We can start tying things in on the back end, and anything with the arrows, a paid plan. And it can automatically, the AI of the system can start assigning a certain worth to those leads coming in, because not everything is going to be worth your time or customers' time for that fact, and you can't get to everybody sometimes. So this is how you can prioritize the best fit clients. Buyer intent, you can work with the CRM system because you're the specialist in your field, right? And you can work to put in certain signals that this system would recognize as buyer intent, as in a very strong signal that they might be ready to purchase something right now. Whether you have a registration form online, whether you have a paid ad partnership. And this is where you can come in, reach out, easy close on this one. Hey, you were looking for so and so, we can do such and such, right? Okay. Campaigns, again, paid plan. You can create ads. I have an ad blocker on right now. It doesn't do it. Let's say I'm setting up a little event. I'm doing a trading stock options workshop in Phoenix. And I'm setting up an event. People have signed up. Then I set up a little event here. And then I can go within the event, track it, making sure I register the attendees, tied into the email list, and migrate those attendees into your customer CRM tab and assign certain statuses to them, right? Content is for the website businesses. A lot of it, of course, a lot of it's going to be paid. Commerce overview. This is if you want to link your payments and invoice and accounting to it. But no, reporting is pretty cool, right? Reporting in the beginning of the day. Let's say I'm a business owner. I would definitely go to this first tab. I'll go dashboard. Okay. I'm drinking my coffee, which late night, it's my tea. Good stuff. And you can start getting your snapshots. How are we doing this week? I need to, because we work smarter, not harder. I can be making 1 million calls a day, but if I'm not calling the right people at the right time, timing is everything, right? Like everybody says, especially true in sales. You're not going to be generating the revenue, guys. So guess what? I can get a snapshot of if I zoom out, how am I doing? And it allows me to make a little bit more clear strategy a little more clear direction of where I should be making adjustments. Hey, maybe I'm converting them great. I am great at engaging with them and the consultative process because I checked out Rippicular. Rippicular's system, but I'm noticing that I just don't generate enough leads, enough prospects. Okay, now I know that's what I have to focus on, right? And these reports will allow you to have that better approach to it, right? So, and if you have a sales team, you can track it here. What adjustments need to be made, dashboards, reports, by tickets. You know, you can customize it, right? Custom report right here. This is, you can create your service chart flow. Yeah, so this is, you know, the different steps I have to solving the each service request coming in. But yeah, guys, on a very simple basis, I was going a little further on the other features, but on the very simple basis, in summary, set up an Excel, please. You might have your little black book, but there's only so much efficiency you can maximize out of that without it being detrimental to the time you invested in the business and the return on investment on that time. Use your Excel, set up something like this, color coded, close won, close lost. It would be right, closed, lost. But you know what? Not every deal is a win, and that's okay. And I'll put this red, boom. And in the morning I can come in, who do I need to work on today? And you take that, I log in next to my CRM dashboard, and I can start looking for my dashboard, right? I can start looking for activities coming up. It was here somewhere. Contacts, deals, tickets, orders, segments. Yeah, guys, I had done it a little bit earlier, but either way, there's a dashboard here somewhere. Ah, right here. Yeah, it's actually just a logo. And activity. We could always ask AI, but there's a portion on it. Basically, log in. What is my activities that I should start with today? And then start working on smart targeting, logging in the information, outreach with a greater success rate. Manage your business, or else you'll be forced to react to everything. And at that point, think of it as a ship taking water, and you have a bucket, and all you're doing is you're taking the water and you're throwing it out. It feels like you're doing something in that moment, but guess what? The ship is still going down. So we want to plug in those holes. The way we stay out of it is sell it properly. Everything, the inspections are done, health and safety, the staff has the meetings, everybody knows their role, there's a checks and balances system, and the ship is running smoothly. That's how the ship moves forward. That's how you don't hit that iceberg. That's how you don't take on the water. That's how you make the business work for you and not work for the business and just be reactive to everything, and actually have some family time. Because if everything that we're doing, we can't be with our loved ones, then what's the point, right? And we go back to the, so that was the how. It was long. The what also we discussed. Following through on tasks, disciplined use, guys, and this is where discipline comes in. Set up a routine, first thing in the morning, then midday, then end of day. Set up the routine of checking in on your CRM, updating everything, stay on top of it. Uh, and you can make a lot happen with a lot less. Next, let me see. I should have checked. No, yeah. So next is the what. The what is the well, we already discussed that. And so recommendation: track leads in Excel, move warm and hot leads to HubSpot, set up those tasks on point, set up the automated emails, target, stay on it, because once that window of opportunity opens, because it's the right time for the client, it just you're just increasing your probability of success tenfold. And guess what? It is a service. When you work in a way that is efficient, it is convenient for the client. So it's a win-win, because the clients reward efficiency, value, a good process with their dollars. That is a voting confidence in you. So us earning that sale is actually earning their confidence, right? Hope you enjoyed it, guys. If you've not been using this, please use one, two, or all of them. I strongly recommend you do all of them, even if you're slightly technologically challenged. Spend that extra time. As you saw, there's even a little AI chatbot, and set up your own profile. But we're here for you. We're here with the Rippicular team. You're not alone. Our motto is collaboration, not domination. It is a collaborative effort. And please, if there was something that I missed, I want to know, or say, hey, Edgar, you should have talked about such and such. You kind of look past it. Please let me know. I like to do this because in turn, with engaging with you guys, I learn too. I'm still getting better day by day. I'm still learning. There is still a lot more to do, and it is a collaborative effort. Guys, check us out, www.rippicular.com. That is RIPPICULAR.com. Go ahead, log into the blog tab, grab the 2 free guides that I put in. And by the way, they're pretty detailed, guys. The playbook on consultative questions and the 5 common mistakes to avoid. These, I think they're definitely something to get you going, especially now, right? Now you have an effective process. Let's maximize each of those client interactions. Let me know. Pleasure having you guys here. Collaboration, not domination.